I have a new insulating varnish that we're going to try out on a motor. It is the spray-on varnish EL601. I got this for revarnishing fan motors like this one. And what I have found is that sometimes the windings are not varnished very well at the manufacturer. So sometimes there are loose windings, and what can happen over time is the insulation could wear off the wires, and then it could short, and then the motor would have to be rewound. So we're gonna look at this fan. We're gonna look at this fan and see what it looks like. So take out the screw, put it in the magnet tray so you don't lose it. And there are some tabs here. Glue those. Should lift off, I think. There it goes. Put that up there. The blade comes off with a set screw. Let's show it. That's the set screw. This man's very dirty. Oh man, that's pretty darn tight. There we go. Looks like great when you got the right tool. Put the screwdrivers up so we don't have a mess. This is why you should have a magnetic tray. Take the motor apart. There is a nut and a bolt. Oh, perfect. And I'm going to remove these 4 screws at the back. Let's take a look at the motor first. Pretty good size. Not bad for something made today. It's quite nice. There's a capacitor reading. It's a 10 microfarads capacitor. This thing is pretty darn dusty. So the shaft is pretty clean. So I think the bearing will be able to slide right off. If it was rusted, what I do is I plug it in and just take a fine piece of sandpaper and kind of go along the whole shaft like this to clean the rust off. So put the screwdriver up for a minute. The Phillips one. And since this one has a lock washer, I'm going to put the nut back on. So that lock washer does not get lost. And I think it goes on a certain way. Okay. There it goes. So you want to be careful doing this. Prying these types of motors, because if you go in there too deep and you slip, you can mess up the windings, and that would not be good. Can't tell if it's opening up in the back or the front. There it goes. Fortunately, this motor has a lot of tab. So. Oh, it came off exactly on the side I didn't want it off of. It's coming up the back. Which is not what I wanted. Well, that's fine if I can get it off the back, then I can try the rest of the stator. And this can get a little concerning. This is a very crucial part you cannot mess up at all. Perfect. And here is what the motor looks like. It's nice looking. It's got the cooling fins for the rotor. It's got a little ball, so if this is tilted up, it's not just wearing out the rear bearing. That's kind of neat. Lay that down on the plate so it doesn't get nicked up. And here is what the inside looks like. Looks like you could use some oil. It's a good thing I took this apart. Set that aside for now. It's a nice steel bearing, actually. Here is the motor itself. Actually, we can take this off. It's got a resetting. here is the motor. Looks like everything is pretty well tied together. Oh, I see one. I see something. I see something. Anyway, let's take a look at the thermal switch. This has got a resetting thermal switch, I think, like used in the old, like what's in that Hampton Bay SVF20. There is a loose wire here. Got to figure out how to mask this off. How could we mask that stator off? I don't want to get varnish on the part where the rotor goes. Nice string here to kind of keep it together. And there is one right there as well. So I am going to revarnish this. I've had this fan since it was brand new, so I kind of know where the dust came from. What you could also do, if you wanted to, you could take this out completely and take the stator off. I do that sometimes. clear. I just tried the varnish out, and it looks like a red spray paint. I'm going to spray it on a piece of cardboard. Let's see. Look at that. And I sprayed some on the motor, and it looks kind of like a red. I cleaned the windings with some rubbing alcohol, so I'm gonna have to look for a clear varnish for this. But since it's kind of sit in pieces. I might try and put a little bit of this on there. No, that's gonna ruin it. I fortunately was able to get a lot of it off with some rubbing alcohol. Got a lot of it off. It was all on here, and I got it off with some rubbing alcohol. There's still some spots of it there. It was on the motor cover here, but I got a lot of it off. Can't really tell that they got on the strings when this is applied. That's annoying. But that's a little annoying. That's what I've been doing off video for the last few minutes, is I've been trying to get all that, most of the red off, varnish off of there as much as I could. I just put it back together. And it seems to work. I'm having it on the speed controller. We don't sound the healthiest right now, but it's the speed controller, so it's got extra hum. Turn it off. Seems to work. Alright, I might go put that brush on varnish on there. I'm gonna go put the brush on varnish on it now. Be right back. Alright, motor's put back together after the revarnish. Spinning beautifully. Spinning. Okay. Bump it up to like there. It's got a lot of torque there. Got less on medium. Perfect. Alright. It's running. It runs. It's oiled up. Let's get it. Oops. Anyway, let's finish getting it put back together. So what I like to do, so I'll show you my way of how I get them, is I like to put all the screws in. I like to start all the screws, and then I will tighten them once I have every one of them in place. I will get some clear varnish still, eventually. These ones are for the switch box. Oh, it's not even the frame. Okay, I will tighten every screw now. Okay. That is put back together. I have a tool for that. Where is it? For whatever reason, I'll stick it on there. There's a reason why I had it off, though. Now the motor may be locked up when you first put it together, but to fix it, just take a screwdriver and tap it in each direction. Excuse me. We have to do this for a minute to get it to where it needs to be. And if you can't get it, you can also take a heavier one, bang it a little bit more. It's getting pretty good though now. And what that does is it realigns the bearings. It's also very cold out, so it could be reacting to that. Very dusty. Oops. I thought this fence was brand new, so I kind of know where the dust came from. I bought this to replace another PMX high velocity fan that the bearings gave out on. And this fan's been working pretty well. Okay, we're gonna quit pulling stuff out before we get a big old mess. I'm gonna put this nut driver up. I'm done with it. I'll put it away off video. What I like to do is I like to tighten it like this. And the reason why I do that is so that I can move it and see that it is in the notch in the shaft. So now that I know that's where it is, I'm going to get this tightened up. Oops. My tripod kicks putting this together. Put that screw back in. There it is. You hear talking, it's the neighbors. Alright. I'll test it out real quick, but I won't do it for very long until the varnish cures. It's working. Here's low, medium, and high. Okay. I'm not going to run it for very long until the varnish cures. Well, here it is. Hope you enjoy that little teardown. We got a little closer look at what the motor looks like. It's a decent motor. Oh, like, comment, and subscribe, and see you in the next video.